Hello everybody, and welcome back to Flight Simulator 2020, and we're here in Bicol International Airport in the Philippines, and we're flying to Manila on this rather beautiful A320 in this livery, which is almost extinct. There is, I believe, only two left of this particular livery of the Cebu Pacific A320. This is one of them. This is tail number Romeo Papa Charlie 4101, built in 2014. Anyway, as I said, this is Bicol International Airport. As it says there, we have the beautiful view of Mount Mayon in the background, and we're flying just days after a few typhoons have hit the Philippines, and a lot of rain and weather has hit also here in the Philippines. And I thought I'd take this as an opportunity, while I've got some free time, to take this short little hop over to Manila. Now, there's been lots of delays, cancellations due to the weather as well, even on this day of recording. Anyway, we'll jump back into the cockpit and we will prepare our flight. I have programmed the FMC as best as I can because we have some issues with location, because this airport is not actually in the database. So we've had to improvise and use the old airport's locator for our origin, and that's why this is a bit funny. So let's call up for our IFR clearance. We'll get the APU running as well at the same time. Fuel pumps can come on as well. 8,000 4 3
Cebu tree 20
4
cleared to
5
Manila Airport is
squawk,
filed. Take off runway 23 climb and maintain
and our
8,000
departure
feet.
frequency will be
Departure on 127.5
127.5.
squawk 4345.
And we're taking off 2-3, so that's good. Lovely. So our APU is starting up. We can open the APU page, see where we are with that. And then once all of our passengers are aboard, we will then proceed for our departure. There's nothing more to do really. I'm going to set the lights to how I like it. I like that. Let's give a little bit of flood on the front, a little bit of flood in the middle as well. We can have, these are all turned to the maximum, which is good as well. We got a little bit of flood on that side. We got this, so the reason for this flight. Now, I did want to do this. I was thinking about doing this with Philippine Airlines, but then I realized as well that Cebu Pacific has just recently received its 100th aircraft, the first airline in the Philippines to ever receive 100 aeroplanes, and this is brilliant. I mean, Cebu Pacific as a private entity has been doing really well over the last 30 years of their operation. So it's fantastic to see that they are ahead of Philippine Airlines. I say fantastic. Philippine Airlines should be doing more, in my opinion. But, you know, that's just what I think, because Philippine Airlines is, after all, the flag carrier. But we see it many, many times in many, many airports and airlines around the world that have, unfortunately, their national carriers have let them down quite significantly. But anyway, let's not harbour on to the negative, and we'll think about the positive. But we will be talking about as well Philippine infrastructure, where things are going, because we're going into the big city in Manila. And Manila, there's a few interesting stories coming out of Manila. Both in terms of the airport and the new airport as well, and also in regards to infrastructure in the city itself also. Anyway, so if we do some flickering around, we can see our cabin. Passengers are coming on very nicely. The boarding music is playing. They don't normally play this kind of boarding music. It's normally copyrighted music, but let's keep it to Phoenix's default. The beautiful Cebu Pacific Seats, as I've mentioned in the past, are here with everything that you need. The Recario logo there, it says Life Vest under your seat. Fasten your seat belts, and these are all perfectly done. I've actually got a few of these sick bags here at home right now. There's the A320 a safety card as well, and then obviously, of course, we've got these advertisement boards, which there are a few different ones. Unfortunately, in this aircraft there is only this one, Book Seb Flexi. And this is the overwing exit. Now this is going to be the first time featuring evening flying as well, so this is going to be some fun. We get to see lots of lights, and we'll probably hear the announcement about the cabin being dimmed for takeoff, which is the standard operating procedure for every airline around the world, really. It's nice to be back in the A320. I've done a few, I just recently purchased the A350 from Mini Builds, and I'm actually very much loving that aircraft. It's a very nice plane to fly, and you can see the evolution when you come off this aircraft into that aircraft as well. So our flight today will be to Manila from Bicol. Now I've had to set it up for Legazpi's old airport for the flight plan in the computer, but it's pretty much exactly the same path that we will be taking all the way. So we are flying on the departure Naga Free Whiskey, which if I open the sim brief page, in fact, I should start using the OFP on here more, but I'm not really... Oh wait, is there an OFP on here? I can't remember. So almost all of our passengers are aboard. Yeah, there is an OFP. So summary and fuel, and then there should be a page where has the flight plan. No, okay, so this is summary and fuel. Okay, we don't... Ah, no, that's the checklist. Summary, plan, fuel. Okay, so the OFP on here is very basic. Let's just close that then. We'll go back to the takeoff performance chart. It sounds like we've got all passengers aboard now. Now, the reason why I'm also doing this is it will give me an opportunity to show some of the features of Parallel 42 on this flight, because I recently also purchased Parallel 42 and the Airbus enhancement package. So the Airbus enhancement package brings the A320 more immersive. We get the condensation on the wings as well, etc, etc. Anyway, so our departure is set for the Naga 2 Bravo. We've got Naga 2 Whiskey, but it's pretty much exactly the same. Then we're flying on Whiskey 9 from Naga until we get to Albat, and then after Albat we're on the Albat Free Papa arrival into Manila onto runway 24. That's what we're expecting anyway. So let's get our aircraft ready for our departure. We'll get all of the weights and balances put into the MCDMU just like that. We will also go and do our takeoff performance page before we start. And we are on 2-3. We got dry. Final load sheet is in. We'll sync the weather as well. No syncing of weather. And we can't calculate because we don't have any weather conditions here. Does it have weather on here? No, only for Manila. So unfortunately, I think we have to make up some numbers as well. So I believe the winds are at 200 at 4 knots. Temperature, we can check outside the window. We got 1006, and temperature is at the moment is 27 degrees. And we'll do 27 degrees, and we'll calculate. And that should give us all of our V speeds, and then we're ready. Now we're ready. Let's get the beacon light on. We'll get the jet. We'll let GSX know that we want to push back as well. Oops. Push back for depart. Oh my goodness! No, 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 no. That's change direction, and we want to push back to the right. Now release parking brake. Parking brake release. It's going to go here, but that's where the A350 and the A380 parking brake is. So we're going to start our pushback now. as the light slowly fades. Now we are on Cebu Pacific flight 320. Easy to remember, we are in the Airbus A320. Let's lock the door. And the time now is 18:22, so we should be off for an on-time departure, which will be at 18:35. Start engine 1, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, please observe the cabin crew member closest to you as we are about to demonstrate the safety features of our Airbus A320 aircraft. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard our Airbus A320. Illuminated signs and crew instructions including the following safety procedures. The safety card found in your seat pocket contains important information about exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets, and the brace position, which you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 8 emergency exits on this aircraft. The cabin crew are now pointing out the exits nearest to you. Please be aware that your nearest usable exit may be behind you. Emergency lighting will guide you to an exit.
So engine 1 has been started. We'll start engine 2.
Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened whenever the seatbelt signs are. We recommend that you keep it fastened at all times. If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask
Oops.
enables you to start the
Just
oxygen.
get the parking brake set.
Mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. Hold the mask in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others.
And we can confirm good
If you land
start.
on water, take a life jacket from under your seat. Remove from the pouch. Pass the tapes
Oops.
around your waist and click together. Pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate the life jacket inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate it by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping, blow into this tube.
Alright.
Use a light and whistle for attracting attention.
So it looks like engine 1 and engine 2 have been started
Life
perfectly.
jackets for children.
So let's set
Your tray table must now be stowed.
ignition to norm.
Down,
Bleed can come off.
open, and seatbelt
APU
fasten.
can come off as well.
Further information
Just wait for the
regarding
tug
safety
to clear,
can be
and then
found.
we'll do our flight controls check.
We hope you have a great flight.
Flight controls check. Full left. Full right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Neutral.
shortly be dimming
Full
the
up.
lights. You can turn on a reading
Full
light
down.
using the controls
And
above
neutral.
your head or in your armrest.
Rudder left. And rudder right. And neutral. Trim. Performance. Trim down 0.3. Let's double check we do that. Trim down 0.3. Flaps. Flaps to 1. Arm the spoilers. And we're good to go. Let's call for the
Ground Cebu 320 ready
taxi
to taxi
clearance.
Cebu 320 taxi 2 and hold short of runway 23 using taxiway Charlie.
See, already I can see with parallel 42 the lights are a lot brighter on this aircraft.
Taxiing hold short runway 23 via taxiway Charlie Cebu 320.
Okay, parking brake can come off. We'll get the aircraft moving. And still got my on there in the background as well. Yeah, you can definitely see how bright these lights are now with the parallel 42 enhancement pack that we have. Set the auto brake to max. And then we can call for our clearance for takeoff. We'll backtrack for runway 23. As we lose the light now. Taxiway Charlie. We'll just stop short of the hold short line. Takeoff test config. Pitch trim. Okay, hang on. Let's get the parking brake back on. Okay, so flight controls. Pitch wheel went up to 2.7. That's weird. Let's bring that back down then. That's why. This is why you need to check. So we need down 0.3, down 0.3, takeoff normal. Perfect. Predictive wind shear. We better put that on due to the weather conditions that we are possibly encountering. We'll get the TCAST running now as well. Set to auto, and then we'll request for our
Tower
takeoff.
Cebu tree 20 at runway 23 ready for departure IFR to Manila.
Cebu tree 20 QNH 29.72 wind 219er at 4. Cleared for takeoff runway 23.
So we're clear for takeoff. We're going to
Clear for
backtrack
takeoff runway 23
for takeoff.
Cebu tree 20.
Get the flight controls off there as well. I wonder if this will actually click into flex for our takeoff, but we'll see. We'll see once we make our backtrack and line up.
Cabin crew, seats for takeoff.
Cabin is ready. This is a completely free airport, by the way, available on flightsim.to. And it's made by a fantastic guy. I think his name is like Tank Turtle or something like that, and he makes a lot of scenery for the Philippines, which I'm very grateful for somebody who is half Filipino, has been to the Philippines many times, and absolutely admires the aviation in the Philippines. We're going to use the full length of the runway now, which we probably didn't need really, considering our gross weight of 61.8 tons. We'll just slow it down so we can turn the aircraft. And then while we make the turn, we'll get the landing lights on as well. Landing lights are on. I love the strobe effect. Nicely done on Flight Simulator, to be honest. The way the lights reflect. So here we go. We're going to line up now. And we'll set the timers. So I'll reset my camera angle as well, so it's a little bit, because I like my camera angle to be a bit wider. Get the clock started there. Come on, we'll let the engines spule up. So why is it not going into flex? There we go, man flex 68, SRS, nav blue, autothrust blue. 80 knots. V1, rotate.
Too low, terrain.
Positive climb, gears coming up.
Terrain ahead. Too
Pull
low,
up.
terrain.
I know.
Too low, terrain.
This is the this is what happens when you don't have the proper navigational aids. My
Terrain
God, this
ahead.
wind.
Pull up.
This wind is mental.
127.5 Cebu tree 20.
I'm going to go into
Goodbye.
heading mode. Autopilot 1 is coming on. Climb thrust is set.
McTan Center Cebu tree
Go
20
heading mode,
is
we'll
at
start our
2,000
right
feet, climbing
turn.
8,000 feet.
Cebu tree 20 McCann Center QNH 29.73 radar contact. Continue to November Golf Alpha.
And then what we'll do, we'll go direct to Naga, insert, and then flaps can come up now as well. Flaps coming up, cleaning up the config now. There's the airport we just took off. The old airport, just over there. Not a great distance away. And then we've got Mount Mayon here, silhouetted beautifully against the night sky. It's very bumpy this evening, so the seatbelt sign might end up staying on for the entire flight. You can see the wing flex there as well.
Cebu 320, contact Manila Center on 128.3. Good day.
128.3 Cebu 320. Goodbye.
So we'll get the runway turn-off lights off. That can come off now. We are
Manila
hitting
Center,
some
Cebu
really
320
bad
is at
turbulence.
5,600 feet, climbing 8,000 feet.
Cebu 320, Manila Center QNH 29.73 radar contact. Continue to November Golf Alpha. Cebu 320, climb and maintain flight level 200.
200 going up.
Climb and maintain flight level 200 Cebu 320.
Just gonna check actually if the oh yeah, it is running. So I do have the fly-by-wire running. We'll get the dome light on. Just get a bit of lighting in the cockpit now. See the outside, beautiful. Look at how those lights shine. Well, that was our departure from... Yeah, that was our departure. It looks like we are okay for turbulence now. 10,000 feet, we'll get the landing lights off as well. And we have our... And then we'll get the... seatbelt sign is coming off now as well. I should have really got these company messages out the way, but I'm always a bit lazy with those on the Phoenix. Let's get them out the way so that oh, that's the wrong one. Receive messages, load sheet, accept, and return. Load sheet, accept, and return. There we go. That message is no longer up on the eCam. We'll leave it on messages. So let's prepare for our arrival into Manila. We are arriving on runway 24. Performance. We have to check our weather conditions for Manila as well. And our weather conditions are as follows. We have winds at 251 at 10 knots. Oh no, that's the time, sorry. Variable 190 to 150. And it's at 220 at 5 knots, but variable, so it goes between 190 degrees and 250 degrees. Okay, scattered clouds at 2,300 feet, overcast at 9,000 feet. Temperature is 28 degrees. QNH 1003. No significant changes in the next couple of hours. Okay. So we'll put that into our performance page so we can prepare for our arrival. We're flying the ILS down into runway 24. So as we said, QNH was 1003. Temperature at 28 degrees. We have 220 at 5 knots on the wind. We'll do config 3 for landing as well. And our radio altitude for our decision will be at we'll do 250. Or not actually, because we got strong winds, we'll do 300 radial. So that will give us our final approach speed of 137. We'll do flaps 3 for landing as we got long runway at Manila. And then we will, if we open up this one, we will say that the conditions are good. Medium, we'll refresh the meta. Landing weight, we're expecting our landing weight to be, our estimated landing weight is 60 tons. Going up to our cruise altitude, we've got permission to go up to cruise.
Climb and maintain flight level 240 Cebu 320.
So we'll say 60 tons in there, and we only need 2,100 meters. Well, we're doing flaps 3, auto thrust on, idle, no reverse, low braking manual. Yeah, so that's as good as it's going to be. And we got the nice orange glow of the golden hour. There's not much else for me to do other than to double check that we've clocked into our arrival, which is the ILS on 24, and we should be reaching our descent altitude anytime soon as well. So I'm expecting our ATC clearance for descending soon as well. Especially if we need to be at Owlbat at 16,000 feet. I don't know why it does that, to be honest. It sends it to, see, Nate, it's that one. MIA, which is right over the airfield. Let's get rid of that one. Insert, what does that do then? It should just give us a nice straight, oh, it doesn't know what to do now. We've got Zulu as well, so let me clean this up a bit. We'll take that one out as well, and then we'll go direct from Nate to Zulu, and that should give us a nice straight in there. It still wants us to fly over the airfield, but you know what we can do when we get over to Nate? We can just fly direct to Zulu for our arrival, just to make things a bit easier for us and a bit simpler for the arrival as well. If the air traffic control doesn't like it, well, they can go and shove it, can't they? So we're at cruising altitude. I'm expecting our top of descent shortly as well. We'll just double check that they haven't missed us. Top of descent is due. After Albat. 10:54 UTC. So it's 10:42 now. So that's another 10 minutes. We'll be at here at cruise as the darkness comes in.
Maintain flight level 340.
We're being hit again by some more turbulence and some variable winds.
771.
See how it gets on. We'll try to do a request for what I put into the MCDMU.
0 is cleared to Manila Airport as filed. Clock 4345. Call red 330. You are 105 miles southeast. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect to be on DME runway 24 approach via Bangi transition. Cleared to Bangi. Airfield 2823 climb and maintain flight level 330.
We're hitting the busier airspace now of Manila,
Cebu 320 cleared to
so
Manila
we'll just
Airport
get
as
the.
filed. Squawk 4345.
Right, I'm not happy with that turbulence, so let's get the seatbelt sign on.
Ladies and gentlemen, fasten the seatbelt sign and now maintain flight level 180. Please return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt.
Turn right heading 300, resume on navigation, descend and maintain flight level 180 Cebu 320.
And then we'll start our descent down to 180 now as well.
320, you are 107 miles east. Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Expect to be on DME runway 24 approach via Bangi transition. Clear to Bangi. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect to be on DME runway 24 approach via Bangi transition. Clear to Bangi.
I want me down to 6 as well.
Stand by Cebu 320.
Cebu 320, roger.
So we'll request for the ILS to 24. No transitions, vectors for course. And then we'll request from the controller.
Cebu 320 would like ILS runway 24 approach vectors to final.
Cebu 320, you are 102 miles east. Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Expect vectors ILS runway 24 approach.
There you go.
Red 330 climb and maintain flight level 280.
Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Expect vectors ILS runway 24 approach Cebu 320.
Climb and maintain flight level 280.
There you go. We sorted out our approach.
Red 330.
I had to put the seatbelt sign on because I wasn't too happy with the way that the aircraft was swaying. So it's very dark out, so not much to see.
Flight level 200, call red 330.
I'll keep
Call red 330.
view from the right side, I think, because you get the view of the city then in the darkness.
Descend and maintain 8,000 feet. Call red 330.
So I'm hoping as well this routing would
Call red 330.
would work out quite well for us.
8,000 feet.
So I wouldn't be surprised if soon this aircraft will be retired once more A320 Neos arrive as well. And I believe, like as I say, I think there are only 2 left now in this particular livery. Everything else, even of this time period, have already been switched over to the newer livery. Of course, the A321 Neos and the 330 Neos are all coming in with the new livery, which is actually a very nice, very simple kind of livery, but harpens on to the original, what do you call it? The original sort of look of this livery after the old livery was retired with the DC9s and the 757s back in the day, and I have flown on their DC-9s actually, from Cebu to Manila. We're just taking an easy descent path now into Manila, holding at 260 knots as well. As I say, I'm hoping that I can just skip from Nate, just go straight to Zulu, which will line us up nicely for the runway. Put the ILS on. You can see the frequency 109.9. Not much to see in this area until we get really close to the city. And we'll double check the METAR as well on our iPad over here. We'll refresh the METAR. So 220 at 9 knots. So we still got the 190 variable 250. 7,000 RA. Scattered at 2,300. Overcast at 9,000. 10004. No significant changes. So we'll just make some adjustments to our performance page. Not that it makes much of a difference. And go back to there so we can hit the... So we're descending a bit early on our arrival after we requested for the ILS. I'm sort of hoping as well, if we get to Renzi, we can probably skip forwards. And although to be fair, like taking that left turn, right turn, hit up Zulu and then straight in. That should be our ideal flight path, I think. Got an aircraft coming up on our left side. In fact, that might be the AirAsia that's been calling up for their approach as well. Says that there's actually rain. Yeah. There's rain at the moment on the ground in Manila. But that's okay. We still got a good stop margin anyway for our arrival. Getting the speed down now to 250 knots. So another 20 miles, be left turn. Then another 10 miles, right turn. And I'm going to try to go straight, as I mentioned before, from Nate up to Zulu to intercept for the ILS. Hopefully that works out and the ATC is not going to get too mad at us, especially as the evening draws on. Doesn't feel so busy today on this arrival into Manila. I don't know if that's just fly-by-wire's traffic injector just not putting as much in. I'm not too sure, but I'm hoping we get to see some of the effects from the parallel 42. Yeah, from the parallel 42 A320 immersion pack, which includes this aircraft, the Phoenix, and also the INI builds 320neos. It's a shame it's not available for Flight Sim 24, because they claim that a lot of those effects would have been included default into Flight Sim 24, but as far as I'm aware they are not, and it is a bit of a shame really. Gonna put the terrain on just in front of us, because we're gonna cut across mountainous terrain which is over here, and we don't have any visibility, so if we keep the terrain visible on our ND, that's good. So what I might do is change to optimal descent, and it's going to bring the vertical speed down, and I'm going to use the speed brake also to get a steeper descent also. I'm going to call the flight attendants just to let them know we're going to get ready for our arrival. Got our company message come through as well, final load sheet. And the ATC is getting busier now as well. Approaching 10,000 feet, and the landing lights can come on now as well. 250 knots, which is good. And let's bring the speed brakes back out now. We'll use the
127
manage descent mode.
330. Goodbye.
Actually, we'll use the optimal descent again.
Going to 119.9 airfield 29.
As I say, I'm going to try to jump this bit from Nate up to Zulu. So we need to get down. We'll be at 6,000 at this point. That's enough clearance for the terrain in this area as well. Now the dome light, I'm going to start to bring the dome light in now, so we can concentrate for our arrival. Oh, I like that. Just the instrumentation lit up for us. If we go up to the top, that's beautiful, isn't it? Good evening, passengers. This is your captain speaking. We are approaching our final approach phase. We're going to be about 10 minutes on the ground until we touch down. Weather on the ground is quite windy, not too bad, but windy, and the temperature is normal, which is 27 degrees. But it's going to be a bit of a bumpy landing. So cabin crew, please prepare the cabin, and passengers, please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until we reach the gate. Thank you. Okay, let's contact ATC.
Going to 124.8 Cebu,
We're going into Manila's approach area now.
Manila approach Cebu 320 is at 7,600 feet, descending 6,000 feet.
Change this to manage descent again.
320 Manila, approach QNH, 29.67 radar contact, continue.
6-7. I'm going to use their QNH, and then I'll switch it back over to that one. So we're coming close now to the Metro Manila area. I'm hoping the ILS will kick in soon as well.
Cebu 320, please expedite your descent 6,000 feet.
So let's do optimal descent then. We've only got a few more 100 feet left before reaching 6,000 anyway. As long as we're above 5,000, we are good for the constraints as well. See Laguna de Bay here, so this road runs alongside Laguna de Bay, and the airport is in that distance somewhere over there. We're going to make a right turn now. ILS is in place. We're 23 miles out.
Cabin crew must now be seated for landing. Thank you.
Cabin crew is ready as well. Got no speed restrictions, so we're going to hold off activating our approach mode as well. Once we make this turn, I'm actually going to set the FMS to go direct to Zulu. There's a lot of aircraft in the area, so just be wary of traffic as well. We'll go to performance page. Actually no, we'll do the direct first. Okay, direct Zulu. Approach mode has been activated as well. What I might do, because I don't think it's going to descend us. Ah. So we get us down to 3.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Tower on 119er decimal tree Cebu tree 20.
Flaps to 1. We're at the green dot speed. And we'll use the
Manila
speed
Tower,
brakes
Cebu
now as
tree
well.
2016 miles east inbound ILS runway 24 approach.
Cebu tree 20 Manila Tower. QNH 29er decimal 67 wind 252 at 4. Cleared ILS runway 24 approach. Cebu Airliner 70 turn next taxiway.
Cleared ILS runway 24 approach Cebu tree 20.
I'm expecting the weather, but it looks like visibility is worse off in this city area. You have to be careful as well, because there's another aircraft somewhere at our 1 o'clock position that wants to conduct the approach as well. So let's go flaps 2 then. We'll let the aircraft burn off some speed. Aircraft is in sight.
Manila Tower Cool Red 71 tree at runway 24 ready for departure IFR to Calibo. Cool Red 71 tree QNH 29er decimal 67 wind 252 at 4. Traffic is Airbus on final. Cleared for takeoff runway 24.
So get that speed down. Landing gear's coming down now as well. Flaps to 3.
Cleared for takeoff runway 24.
Flap 3 config is on now as well. And we'll get that speed brake back up again. On the speed brake. We should be tucking in quite nicely actually behind that aircraft. Approach mode is armed. Lights are on. Just flick the seatbelt signs on and off a few times. We're getting battered by the wind. Wonder if we will see any condensation on our arrival as well. And we're capturing the... well, we're turning towards the localizer now.
Cool Red 71 tree contact Manila Center on 128 decimal tree. Good day.
And the winds are very high. Look at that, 27 knots indicated. The aircraft hopefully ahead of us. In fact, we might go to full config and we'll use... oops, no, we want flap mode on. Turn that off. Set to full. Flaps to full. So get our speed a little bit further down as well. More controllable. Glide slope and localizer has been captured. You can see some of the lighting effects here. No condensation build up over the wings though. Looks like we've got a nice distance ahead of the aircraft in front of us, even to the point that TCAS hasn't bothered us at all.
Manila Tower Airfield 2147 at runway 24 ready for departure IFR to Iloilo. Airfield 2147, hold short runway 24. Traffic is Airbus on final.
The aircraft is pretty stable, even with these wind conditions. We're getting battered a little bit, but nothing too crazy.
Hold short runway 24 Airfield
Oh,
2147.
we might get a bit crazy as we get closer to the ground, though. I'll take that terrain off now. Set altitude to 6 for our go-around. And we're getting rain now as well.
320, follow the Airbus on final. Wind 252 at 4. Clear to land runway 24.
Clear to land runway 24 Cebu 320.
Got no visibility on the runway, so we'll leave the autopilot running. Looks like the visibility is going down. This is what we were hoping for, some crazy weather on the way down. This is the kind of weather that I was expecting, which is good. Hopefully it maintains its posture despite the wind.
1000.
Call red 330, turn next taxiway. Manila Tower Cathay 902 Heavy ready for IFR departure runway 24. Cathay 902
Approach lights are, well, they were just in sight, but they've just disappeared.
Red 330 contact ground.
And the wind is battering us big time. We get those wipers running as well.
500.
Going to 121.6, call red 330.
Approach lights are in sight. Autopilot disengaged. Continue.
Manila Tower Cathay 918 Heavy at runway 24 ready for departure IFR to Hong Kong.
Light
Cathay
slow.
918 Heavy, hold short runway 24. Traffic is Airbus on short final.
We're a bit to the right side.
20. Retard. 5.
Touchdown.
Hold short runway 24 Cathay 918 Heavy.
Auto thrust out. Reverse is out. Get those wipers into slow mode. Set to taxi.
320 exit runway when able.
Ooh. Oh my god, the weather conditions are absolutely manic.
Cebu 320 contact ground on 121.7. Cathay 918 Heavy QNH 29.68, wind 252 at 4. Cleared for takeoff runway 24.
Oh my god, these weather conditions.
121.7.
Well,
Cebu
that's what happens when
320.
there's typhoons.
Goodbye.
Cleared for takeoff runway 24 Cathay 918 Heavy.
We'll switch to ground. Oh my gosh, I can't even get the aircraft to taxi straight. There we go. Okay, flaps are coming up now. Spoilers are coming in. The APU is running up. Get rid of that master caution. That master caution is stuck open by the looks of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats. Safety.
And the flight time of about 42 minutes.
We ask that you remain seated.
Parking.
Switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls, internet access may now be used.
I need to figure out actually where the parking is for this. Hang on.
Check seat pockets underneath the seat and in the overhead locker.
Ramp parking, north parking, non-suitable. B, no, it's not B position. West parking, that would make sense. It's not west parking either. Jet bridge, 3-4. Oh no, the west would be terminal 1, isn't it? So we go to parking. Why does that say cargo ramp? It'll be like 40, 49. Let's just stop here at Charlie 4. We'll set up to go to gate 43. And then yeah, we'll get the follow me as well. And that will be Cebu Pacific. Yeah. So I don't know why the master caution is not going, but what if I... No. TCAS can come off as well now. Now we'll just wait for our follow me vehicle. Apologies for the parking actually. I just wasn't that prepared to sort out the parking on arrival. And these weather conditions are absolutely manic. You can barely see the runway as well. It's crazy. So where's our follow me vehicle then? It's taking a bit long actually for the follow me. 27 seconds. You know what? Because I think I know roughly where this one is, let's cancel the follow me. Revoke follow me. Yes. Oh, my camera position is going crazy. Let's go.
Call Red Tree 15 pushback request accepted.
Now it's not out of the ordinary to even have like stoppages like this anyway here in Manila. Can't even tell where the taxiways are running. Oh. Yeah, I need to slow right down for these turns. Why is it not turning? There you go. I'm going to cut through this side. Let me just double check GSX what parking position we were selected. I think 43. Okay, 43, which is somewhere over here, if I can remember correctly, in the Terminal 3 area, which is where we should be for Cebu Pacific flights. Anyway,
Ground call Red Tree 15 requesting the end of pushback. Call Red Tree 15 request to end pushback received. Ground call Red Tree 15 with Charlie ready to taxi IFR.
Okay, I finally figured out my parking position now. So let's go park up. And we're on 108, which I believe should be somewhere over here. Yeah, there's 108. I can see the marshaller as well. Let's get these lights off now. Oh my gosh, I can't even see the line. There it is. Found it. Turn off lights off as well. No, we overshot the turn ever so slightly. The rain has sort of slowed down a bit as well. Get these wipers off, they're getting very annoying. Get the bleed running as well for the APU, so that will give some air conditioning as well. We overshot very slightly, but they can come off now. I've left the beacon lights on, shouldn't have done that really. And the strobes, let's deboard. Right, there we go then. Let's get the seatbelt signs off now. Ooh, that was quite the approach in and the flight. And I thank you for joining me today on this Cebu Pacific A320. And we're here now, arrived safely in Manila. I nearly said Mactan. In Manila on this very, very wet, rainy, dingy and typhoon weathered day. And I thank you for joining me today. And I hope you enjoyed that. I had a good time, especially with the visibility on the way down. Couldn't see the runway until we were like 500 feet away from the ground. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. And I hope you enjoyed that one. And I hope to see you on another one sometime soon. And that's a very typical lineup as well for this terminal. For once, the lineup is pretty good. Except for that Philippine Airlines. Anyway, thank you for joining me. This has been a flight from Bicol to Manila on a very stormy typhoon day. And I thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you on another one. Bye bye.